and we have Mr. Gavaskar joining us live from Ahmedabad. Mr. Gavaskar, first of all, thank you so much for joining us on the show. If I could start just by asking you that you've obviously read the BCCI's and seen the BCCI's reaction to what you told NDTV yesterday. They claim, of course, to have settled all dues except for the last quarter. Your first thoughts really and reaction to that?
Well, I've had, several people from the media itself, as well as, lots of cricket lovers who have either written emails or called to ask, what is the situation. And I could not possibly physically respond to everybody individually. So I've, in fact, a little while ago, I think about maybe half an hour ago, released a statement which will hopefully go all over and clear the air. And that statement is quite simply that, I have nothing further to add at this particular point of time, excepting that I hope that Mr. Pawar, whose renewed offer over and above the original amount that was agreed, and on whose word I came on board the IPL, that he will be able to arrange the meeting that he said to me in Chandigarh during the test match, that he would try and arrange a meeting with Mr. Manohar, so that we can, resolve and untangle this demanding matter. I've said that because, look, if somebody offers you X and you say no to that, and then somebody comes and offers you X plus Y, right, then how can it be that you have demanded it? It's a person that has offered it to you. So while the X part has been pretty much paid, it's the Y part is that I'm talking about. And I think that right, I'm hoping that that it'll be that the meeting will take place, so that this demanding matter will be resolved.
Okay, Mr. Gavaskar, you've in a sense preempted what I was about to ask you, which is that, of course, you were promised X plus Y, and of course the BCCI says that they have given you that X amount, which is what was in writing. That Y amount, was there nothing in writing to suggest, or was it just a verbal commitment on the part of Mr. Pawar and of course Lalit Modi, who really tried to convince you to be a part of the IPL Governing Council?
Yes, it was that, and Anjali, the word of the president of the BCCI is enough. You're not going to ask the president of the BCCI or put it down in writing, would you? And a person of Mr. Pawar's stature? No. I took his word, and because there were some problems regarding the logistics of it. I think it's taken some time, and that's the only thing, and that's the reason the gentle reminders, and that's where it is. So I'm hoping that this meeting will take place so that this matter is resolved.
Right. Okay. That brings me really to the next question, which is that has any date at all been set for this meeting? I know you mentioned to NDTV, of course, yesterday that you have sought this meeting and that Mr. Pawar has, of course, promised that there will be a meeting. Has any sort of date been set? And secondly, has this entire issue of money really been the case with what's put you off continuing on that IPL Governing Council?
Well, I'll answer the second question first. No, I don't think so. I think this was for the first 3 years, and after that, when they came and said that nobody is going to be paid a penny, I think that's the time I said, look, no. You can possibly say that, look, you former cricketers in the governing council, we can't pay you X amount, but we'll pay you X minus some amount to be on the governing council. Suddenly, after 3 years, you come and say that, look, do an honorary job. I wasn't quite prepared to do that. Tiger Pathori wasn't quite prepared to do that. Both of us opted out, therefore, out of the governing council. And as far as the meeting date, I don't think it's been set at the moment. But I'm hoping that in the next 2 weeks or so, maybe during the Nagpur test, the meeting can be arranged. It's been 3 years. What's another 2 or 3 weeks for the meeting? No big deal at all. I think Mr. Pawar, if he can come to Nagpur, or we can go to Delhi, whatever. I'm cool anytime.
Okay, Mr. Gavaskar, my final question really on this, we heard Shashank Manohar there earlier in that story saying that he's of course willing to meet anytime, but of course that there are no dues from the BCCI to be cleared. I understand that you had a verbal commitment from the president, no less, of the BCCI. How upsetting is it then that, the current president is now coming on record to make these statements?
Well, I think he probably, once he has a word with Mr. Pawar and with me together, I think he might have a different perspective on the whole thing. At this particular point of time, he's going by what his information is. I think when the information is a little bit more expansive, then maybe he'll change his perspective.